Call the regular meeting of the Design and Review Board on Monday, May the 5th, 2014. Paul Lanza.
Here.
And Anthony Draplik. Anka Dragowski.
Here.
Ronald Perry.
Here.
John Carroll. I would appoint Jonathan LeShaver as the alternate in place of Jennifer. All right. Tonight we are looking at the application number 13-59 of David A. Richmond, agent for Darlar LLC owner, for a site plan amendment for the installation of a permanent handicap ramp on the property located at 730 Hop Meadow Street, map G10, block 227, lot 002, zone SC1. Mr. Richmond? Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, David Richmond, owner of 730 Hot Meadow Street, Simsbury. Prior to this meeting, we had several previous meetings, and since those meetings, we've made substantial progress on incorporating a new ADA compliant ramp to the front of the north building. At the last meeting, unbeknownst to us, some of the information was missing from your file. Since then, we have hired St. Denis Architects, who went out, viewed the options from the front and options from the rear, and due to significant slope of the rear, they came up with a new design, which actually is, in our opinion, one of the better designs we've seen from the people we've spoken to previously. And I think in your handouts, I think there was questions about what's it going to look like from the street, what kind of plantings are you going to do. So we actually had D.W. Burr Landscape and Design do some work for us, which you guys have in front of you. So pretty much, if I focus in on the picture first, just so you understand, these grasses are there now. They grow to about 6-7 feet, and we do not cut them down until the spring. So during the winter, they're up because we like the way they look. And then across the back are 6 arborvitaes, which will be planted along the side of the ramp, which is on your drawing. She shows 4, there's actually 6. And that will keep a nice buffer and shield from the street view, which I know is important. So in this diagram, the company St. Denis Architects, unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, is going to be coming, as you can see, from the front of the building, 6 feet north, approximately about, and you guys have it on the measurements, going south, which would be the long side of the north building, creating a landing, then coming up the side of the building, 3 feet from the building, and then connecting to the, well, we're going to propose to build a new deck so it complies with code, and matching the current flooring and railings in the front. And I believe that's what you see in front of you. So we like this design. We think it works best for the property and for the tenant. And of course, with the plantings, it will make for a much better project. The other thing that's not shown on the picture is there's current plantings in the front now that we'll just sporadically put where it makes sense. There's a couple burning bushes and a couple of other grasses there now of where the proposed ramp will be going, the beginning part, because you won't see it on the side of the building. The material will be constructed of pressure-treated wood, metal railings, and then when we come back up to the front, we'll be matching the current deck, which you guys can see, well, you can't, it's gray, and we're using the brown existing railings. So from the front of the building, it will all match perfectly. That's it.
Question?
Comment, I think if this is what we were looking for the last couple of weeks.
Any
Yeah,
question?
I think it's 100 times better. It's much, much better, yeah.
I just have a couple of questions for you. If I interpret this correctly, the deck is at the same level as the existing deck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it looks to me like you've drawn a stairway here from the
That's the
deck to the
existing
building.
stairway.
Pardon?
That's the existing stairway. The existing stairs that go up from the front,
Yeah,
that's what that is. Those are there now.
you said you're gonna build a new deck.
No, we're gonna extend the existing deck this way. We
No,
gotta
I'm
come
talking
out.
about the rear. I'm talking about the rear.
Where?
It's all new.
Pardon?
It's all new.
This is all new.
I'm talking about,
Yeah, that's all new. To here.
that's the existing deck?
No.
That's a new deck.
Just the part.
It's taking this deck that's there now,
Mhm.
extending it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. So here's what it is. Here's the doors. So the deck goes to here now. So she's
I see, all right.
proposed to
I get
extend to
it.
connect.
All right, now
which
I
is
understand. All right,
Yeah.
all right. You're showing signs and lighting, is that existing? Down at the sidewalk? Your drawing shows.
Yes.
Sign and lights, that's existing signs and
Existing.
lights, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The light on the left side was put in last year by the town.
So the the decking at the front of the building is going to be composite?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Gray.
Just a comment, you mentioned that you're going to do the decking with pressure treated. I know composite is more expensive, but it's forever and with little, minimal, if any, maintenance, so you might consider it. Otherwise, looks good.
Thank you.
Paul?
Just curiosity, something caught my eye. What, aren't those supposed to be, the balusters supposed to be 4 inches apart?
4 inches on, so that's a building issue.
Yeah,
Right.
that looks like, appears to be more than.
Well, it's, I would think that we're talking about meeting the code, and you have to meet the code, and that's,
Right.
The view from the street will be this
This will be now,
railing, but
Code.
but the railing on the
Right.
side will be all pipe.
right, metal railing attached.
So that was my only question. The railing on the ramp, you're saying is metal ramp?
Be metal.
And it'll be a color to be similar
Gray.
to the railings on the
Right
deck?
now, we have gray.
Right, and so you'll maintain that whole
Mhm.
color scheme. Well, my comment would be this is a vast improvement. It's what we were asking him to do. He's done it. I don't see any other issues with it.
Are you planning any lattice around that front area? You're gonna hide everything with,
I mean, I have pieces of lattice. I mean, right now, it's all open
yeah,
now.
well, I would suggest you consider it.
Okay.
What they call the privacy version has very small opening. You get it in vinyl. Again, once it's in, and it's maintenance free. And it sort of finishes, I think, for a couple of
Okay.
sheets of stuff. It's not a big deal.
Are you talking about just around the deck or the
Just
whole?
the
Yeah,
front.
up front
Just at the
here.
deck, right?
Yeah.
On the street
do
side.
that.
Not the ramp part,
Just
just
here.
just the
Yeah,
deck part.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Can you get brown lattice?
it's a lot of stuff, probably, yeah, vinyl.
All right, I'll hear a motion.
I'll second.
I'd like to make a motion for application 1359, that this be approved under the consideration that it does meet the code. And we'll leave that up to the other town officials.
Second?
Any further discussion?
Just a couple of points, John. One is, I'm sure that the motion will reference the plan that was turned in dated 5/5. That's today, actually, right? Yep, 2014. Along with the plantings plan that was turned in today as well. And I think, as John mentioned earlier, that the details with regard to the width of the balusters between them would all meet zoning, building code. Those details to be worked out with the building official. I think we just recommend that be part of it as well.
And the person, just so you know, the guy that we're gonna hire has built these in town for us.
Say again?
The person we're gonna hire, the builder, contractor, is very familiar with the code and what needs to be done. He's done work in town. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have to vote.
All those in favor?
You were looking for a second.
Second, I'm sorry, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you, sir. Do we have any correspondence?
Give a couple of verbal things, John. The code for the Hartford property has been completed. That's being sent to the Hartford tomorrow morning, actually, and for their final review before coming to the commissions for the public hearing process. I'm hopeful we've tweaked a number of things they've asked us for, and we expect that it should be in good shape to come to you very soon. So probably by your next meeting, you'll have a copy of it, and I'll have it posted on the website probably tomorrow morning, as soon as they let me know that they're okay with it. I've got to periodically post it and then find if they've got a question or some issue with it. So I will make sure that it gets posted as soon as possible. The other thing that to let you know too is that as far as I know that the Big Y property on the north end is moving forward. I don't know, I don't have a specific date for that yet, but I know that they're still talking with the abutting property owners and trying to work out some details with regard to that easement. But that should be ready to go forward, hopefully sometime this summer. I don't see why not. But as you know, their requirements are that they need to be open by October of the year that they're building in order to open that year. They will not be open this year then, of course, so it will be next year, 2015 at some point. So those are the updates that I have right now. If you have any other questions about anything that's going on, please, let me know. Comments?
Just out of curiosity, down toward the Hartford on the right-hand side, there's a sign that says no new gas station, or is there a gas station anticipated for down there?
What has happened there, Paul, is that the owner of that property, which is the Pool Barn property,
Yeah,
owns that property. They have come to Wetlands with a proposal for a convenience store as well as a complete rehabilitation of the pool barn building itself. And one part of that did show a gas station as part of the convenience store operation. That went through several meetings of the Wetlands Commission and did receive approval from the Wetlands Conservation Commission at a recent meeting. We have not seen a zoning application yet. I suspect that sometime soon we will. I believe, and I haven't seen the sign myself, but I believe the sign is probably in response to the fact that even before the plan submitted, the neighbors, aren't in favor. At least some neighbors aren't in favor of it. But I think that's what that's all about.
Oh, is that building in the same ownership, same family that it has been for years?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
There was a guy from Newington that owned a machine shop and.
the machine shop is on a different property that's just slightly to the south.
This was in Newington, not on that property.
Okay, I'm referring to actually.
That one was torn away then.
Yeah, the Shabbat of the Valley is just south of this property, where that's an old machine shop itself, where the Shabbat is right now.
Yeah.
Then the property line to the north of that, and then the pool barn property. And the pool barn itself, I don't know if have you been in that building, but it's
Well,
a,
he had Teddy Roosevelt's Roadster in the cellar over there.
that was quite an exceptional history, as I understand it. That lots of, I get Rolls Royces in there and lots of different, really kind of unique cars. It's got an elevator, I guess, that was used to bring things up, and it's a pretty extraordinary building. Now, and you'll get to see the details on this at some point later on, and I haven't seen them either, so I'm not holding back or anything. But the owner of the building, now Tom Evans is the current owner of the building, has indicated that he's very interested in rehabilitating that building to a significant extent to do a couple things. One is possibly some retail on the first floor, and possibly something else on the second floor. We don't have any details in those plans yet. But as soon as we see that, that'll be kind of an interesting exercise for this group, certainly, I'm sure. Take a look at that. So it'll be interesting. That's all I've got on that one at this point.
Any other questions for Ira? Approval of the minutes of April 21st. Our motion?
I was not present at that meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll hear a motion, excuse me, I have another comment, if I may, for the record. I was elected by this board as a secretary, and I've now performed my duties as secretary when the chairman is absent, and I would like to have recognition of my position on this nameplate.
As soon as I can find another nameplate to put on the agenda, I'll be happy to do that. I will do that hopefully before the next meeting.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.